SAP S/4HANA is the innovation platform for your business, and this is why. HANA can be considered as the brain of your company. A brain stores information, but what makes HANA different from other traditional databases, which also store information, is that HANA also processes the information that it stores. It interprets it. It thinks about it. You can have data all over your company, and HANA uses that data when it's needed. The kind of data we are talking about is business data, ERP transactions, supply chain transactions, and so on. But it can also be social media data, machine data from Internet of Things. Conventional databases cannot store together transactional data and big data. HANA is also able to process signals coming in real time, just like your brain processes signals from your five senses. Signals can come from social media, like a customer that is complaining about one of your products, or from Internet of Things from a connected car, or it could be stock information or commodity prices. Now the magic comes when all these signals from digital economy and your core data and processes come together, and S/4HANA can process them in real time and use that data to generate valuable insights about what has happened or is happening right now, or, thanks to predictive analytics, what is likely to happen next. And based on those insights, you can take one more step further and be able to decide what action you are going to take. In some cases, you may even have S/4HANA take actions directly when certain circumstances arise. And if those actions change the insights, and based on these new insights a new action has to be taken, SAP HANA can do that for you. This is the intelligence of the S/4HANA core, and it enables you on your digital transformation journey. The SAP Activate Innovation Adoption Framework is a unique combination of best practices, methodology, and guided configuration to help customers and partners implement the SAP S/4HANA suite. It is designed for IT and business professionals who are involved in the migration to or configuration, integration, or extension of SAP S/4HANA. With ready-to-run digitized business processes optimized for SAP S/4HANA, customers and partners can start fast, build smart, and run simple while continuously innovating across implementation modes. Depending on your business needs, you can choose the approach that meets today's requirements while gaining the flexibility you need to meet future goals. SAP Activate aims at supporting faster, less service-intensive deployments and at rapid adoption of innovations throughout the entire product lifecycle. This leads to reduced time to value and total cost of ownership. Let me guide you through the flow. What are the innovations that we ship with SAP Activate? First and foremost, in the very early project phase, in the discovery phase of a project, there is the experience trial. In the experience trial phase, we deliver role-based, self-led evaluation of the product based on a referenced solution that we ship, and it utilizes SAP Fiori as the easy-to-use front end, integrated with new help functionality. Experience pre-configured trials. Role-based, self-led evaluation of SAP S/4HANA based on model enterprise structure and sample business processes utilizing the SAP Fiori user experience. Shared trial environment in the cloud. Free click-through license with 14 days trial period. Focus on selected business roles and processes in finance, project management, procurement, sales, and marketing. Moreover, most of you have seen our cloud trial that you can access easily through a click-through license that is also available for customers and prospects. Next, there is the prepare phase, where you conduct initial planning and preparation and define project governance to start the project off on the right foot. This includes prepare your project and install software, SAP HANA DB, S/4HANA application, and SAP Fiori. Alternatively, accelerate your on-premise project with a ready-to-activate software appliance with software components already installed. Explore ready-to-run business and integration processes optimized for SAP S/4HANA, embedded in core component of SAP S/4HANA application. Start your fit gap analysis based on the model company. Moreover, we deliver not only pre-configured business processes, but also organizational and master data. This way you can immediately start testing your business processes. In the Explore phase, you review the solution functionality in scope in a series of show-and-tell sessions to confirm that business requirements can be met with standard SAP best practices. Conduct solution design workshops and create process-oriented documents to illustrate how you intend to run your business using SAP S/4HANA. Capture, prioritize, and document requirements and gaps in a solution backlog document. This is here where we want to change the way on how we address the customer business need by doing an initial scoping and solution activation of our delivered reference content. We want to get away from costly and very timely blueprinting exercises and instead sit together with our prospect and provide information on what pre-configured content or business processes are already in the system and take that as a starting point. SAP also provides several tools. Some of you might have heard the term guided configuration or SAP S/4HANA implementation cockpit. What this refers to is a set of tools that primarily supports content lifecycle management. It helps you to easily configure, to make simple adjustments. Self-service configuration allows a key user, for example an IT expert or a business user, to apply very simple adaptations, almost a kind of personalization activity, for those changes that are uncritical. One very famous example would be to adjust the threshold value of a purchase approval process. That is not enough. At a certain point in the project, customers will ask for more and would like to expand the business processes that we initially delivered with our pre-configuration. In those cases, classically you would go to IMG and start customization. What is the downside of this old approach? The downside is that this customizing needs to be well documented, and over time, most likely, the knowledge of that customizing is getting lost. What we provide is the expert configuration. This is a new tool to really be used for the non-disruptive processes. If you want to extend processes, add additional processes, adjust standard pre-configuration, the expert configuration is the right tool to do so. What it actually does, it records all those changes in the background, and so we can keep a history of everything that a customer or implementation consultant is doing in the S/4HANA system. Why are we doing this? Because of content lifecycle management. I will talk about that in a minute. Realize. Through a time-limited, iterative process, incrementally build and test a complete solution environment that is based on the business processes and requirements identified in the Explore phase and captured in your backlog document. This is where you have to migrate, integrate into other solutions, or extend your solution. There is a lot of information on migration and integration best practices. When it comes to integration into other SAP Cloud business solutions, such as SuccessFactors, Ariba, Cloud for Customer, we provide pre-configured integration components. Whenever possible, specifically when it comes to cloud-to-cloud connectivity, we are building this integration components directly into the product. In this way, if a SuccessFactors customer is already using our Employee Central best practices, and in the future wants to integrate with S/4HANA Cloud Edition, the integration is already there. It only needs to be activated and customized, but the main integration at the process level is already part of the product. In deploy phase, you prepare your SAP S/4HANA solution for release, move to a production environment, and conduct sustainment activities. At this point, you have everything you need to run your business. Moreover, we also changed the way with S/4HANA of how users get onboarded. we have embedded learning and documentation for very simple onboarding for end users. There is a particular learning application embedded in the product that lets you as a user choose the content by your role in the company. This way, very quick access to training for project teams is provided. Also, a new feature is the context-sensitive screen help. For every application that you get with the product, we provide context-sensitive screen help as an overlay on each application screen. In this way, at any point of time, when you get lost and do not know what to do next in the process, you can call up this functionality, which will guide you what to do next. This was a brief rundown of the key activities the project team performs in each phase of the methodology. During each phase, the project team produces a prescribed set of deliverables that serve as input for the subsequent steps. The methodology provides examples of key project deliverables, including a procedure description of how to prepare and complete the deliverable. There are accelerators for each phase and workstream, including templates, questionnaires, checklists, guidebooks, and other tools that facilitate the efficient, consistent, and repeatable delivery of implementations and upgrades of your SAP solution landscape. S/4HANA is going to be updated on a quarterly basis, which means that every quarter we will ship SAP best practices. As a result, we need to make sure that what a customer has activated or extended in the system is being protected. And we do that with Content Lifecycle Management, with the tool set that we deliver as part of the product. In addition, there is also the integration into SAP Solution Manager for operations, monitoring, and support. To summarize, the building blocks of SAP Activate are best practices, ready-to-run business processes optimized for SAP S/4HANA, and a reference solution in the cloud. Tools, a set of tools for an assisted implementation, covering everything from the initial implementation of a project to running in a production environment and beyond. Methodology, consistent guided approach for any deployment mode based on best practices, whether on-premise, cloud, or hybrid. SAP Activate enables you to support your line of business needs and end-to-end business processes by using predefined, standardized, and tested configurations made available through SAP best practices to integrate those cloud applications with SAP S/4HANA. For a selection of standard integration scenarios, you can use the best practices built into the guided configuration of SAP Activate. Let's summarize what SAP best practices for migration to SAP S/4HANA provide for the different migration scenarios. New implementations generally are possible in the cloud and on-premise. Depending on the deployment type, SAP is offering different technologies and tools for the data migration. Standard for migrating data from legacy systems into SAP S/4HANA is SAP Data Services, where we provide predefined mapping and business transformation rules based on pre-configured business processes. Migration to the cloud is supported using the SAP Landscape Transformation tool with predefined ABAP coding for extraction and transformation. Example, new or existing SAP customer implementing a new SAP S/4HANA system with initial data load. System conversions for SAP ERP customers are supported through the standard tool database migration option for Software Update Manager. With this tool, we envision a one-step migration procedure for installed base customers running SAP ERP on SAP HANA or any DB. Example, complete conversion of an existing SAP Business Suite system to SAP S/4HANA. Customers who want to consolidate their landscape or carve out selected entities like a company code or processes into an SAP S/4HANA system fall in the case of transformation scenarios. Those customers have the choice of re-implementation in the cloud or on-premise with different tool options, fully depending on the scenario requirements, such as for central finance. Example, consolidation of current regional SAP Business Suite landscape into one global SAP S/4HANA system. Now let's take a look at each of these scenarios in somewhat more detail. Let's start out with the new implementation. The new implementation targets customers that want to get off their legacy system, whether it's an SAP ERP system or a non-SAP system, and you want to implement SAP S/4HANA from scratch. This scenario is also known as a greenfield approach. The benefits for you as a customer is that you can re-engineer your business processes on SAP S/4HANA and simplify, taking advantage of the latest and greatest in ready-to-run business processes on SAP S/4HANA. You can use predefined data migration and best practices to start you off in a guided implementation. You can introduce SAP S/4HANA fast and cost-effective, as well as do rapid adoption of additional new innovations down the line. In a new implementation, you can also take full advantage of SAP Activate, the innovation adoption framework for SAP S/4HANA, which we will introduce in more detail in Unit 3 and 4 of this first week. What impacts the duration of the new implementation? It is, of course, the volume and complexity of your data migration, as well as the number of data migration objects. And of course, not only the data migration aspect determines the duration of the new implementation, but also the volume and scope of the business processes that you want to implement on SAP S/4HANA. How do you approach a new implementation? In an on-premise, you first install SAP S/4HANA with the Software Provisioning Manager, and then of course you need to do an initial data load from a source system, either via file upload from a legacy system, or if the source is SAP, via direct system connection. The tools used are SAP Data Services for on-premise or the SAP Landscape Transformation for the cloud. Now that we have a basic understanding of new implementation, let's take a look at the system conversion transition scenario. System conversion is for customers who want to convert their current system into an SAP S/4HANA system, basically bringing an ERP core system, whether it is already using SAP HANA as a database or whether it is on any database, to SAP S/4HANA. The benefit is you can basically go to SAP S/4HANA without a re-implementation. There is no disruption for your existing business processes, and once you've done the conversion, you can re-evaluate your existing process flows and adapt them as you see fit. The parameters that influence the duration of a system conversion are technical as well as functional. You need to consider the number of systems that you have in your current ERP landscape and want to bring to SAP S/4HANA, and of course also the actual size of your productive source database. In terms of the functional influencers you need to consider, for example, how many company codes you have, how many ledgers, and so forth. Now let's look at what the steps are that you need to do when you do a system conversion. First of all, you need to check your add-ons, business functions, and potential industry solutions using the maintenance planner. That is to ensure the SAP S/4HANA compatibility of those. A de-installation tool is available for enabled SAP and partner add-ons should the compatibility not be given. Once you've done those checks for add-ons and for industries, the next step is a pre-check to identify further preparation steps, like for example the activation of the customer vendor integration. An optional check you can conduct at any time is a custom code check to ensure code compatibility with SAP S/4HANA. Your custom code continues to run provided that the simplifications coming with SAP S/4HANA and its new data model will allow it. The custom code check tool identifies conflicts where, for example, custom programs access data structures that changed with SAP S/4HANA. The custom code checks are based on the simplification database content, which contains all incompatible changes of the data model, including business functions in SAP S/4HANA. Once you have completed all checks and adjusted your custom code, the third step is to run the actual conversion. You can run the actual conversion in one step using the database migration option for Software Update Manager. With that, you have performed a system conversion. Let's now take a look at the final of the 3 transition scenarios to SAP S/4HANA. The third scenario is the landscape transformation. And landscape transformation targets customers that want to consolidate their landscape or selectively bring data into an SAP S/4HANA system. Examples of a selective transformation are central finance, where the finance function is centralized and you can take advantage of the universal journal and of statutory reporting using central finance. Another example is the selective carve-out of a company code which you want to bring to SAP S/4HANA as a front-runner in your enterprise for S/4HANA. The benefits are such that with the landscape transformation, you can do a selective transformation to S/4HANA and basically allow a phased approach of focusing on areas with high return of investment, a low total cost of implementation, and adapt to SAP S/4HANA in stages. With the system consolidation with harmonized and simplified processes, you will reduce the number of systems in your current landscape, lower your total cost of ownership, and improve the quality of your master data. Project parameters that influence the duration are, for example, the number of selected units you wish to consolidate, or the number of company codes you want to carve out. What are the steps to consider? Of course, the consolidation of clients from different source systems into one new or existing SAP S/4HANA system using the system landscape transformation. And then the selective data transformation, where you carve out single entities and migrate selective applications, such as central finance, using the system landscape transformation. Landscape transformation is a scenario that we will not cover in detail in this course. This course will focus on system conversion, as well as new implementation in the cloud and new implementation on-premise. Later, in the Tools section, I will provide some links to where you can find more information on the landscape transformation, as well as the other 2 transition scenarios. Next, we'll explore SAP best practices for integration into line of business cloud solutions with SAP S/4HANA. Before going into details, I would like to make you familiar with the nomenclature used on the next slides. We are distinguishing 3 different types of best practices. Migration best practices that cover the technical connectivity, data migration or database conversion, as just seen on the slide before. Integration best practices that define pre-configured data flows between SAP S/4HANA and adjacent cloud solutions, and SAP best practices for cloud solutions, that is, predefined business processes with pre-configuration in the cloud. Cloud for supplier. Customers can integrate and automate SAP S/4HANA operational purchasing processes with the Ariba network. With SAP Activate, customers can easily take advantage of a standardized integration scope with pre-configured content delivered through SAP Activate. Customers can choose from scenarios like purchase order and invoice automation or discount management integration and benefit from operational efficiency with automated paperless processing of business documents, reduced costs associated with manual document errors, and gain more savings by capturing discounts due to rule-based timely payments. Let's have a look at Cloud for People integration with SAP S/4HANA. While SAP continues to support existing HCM customers, our recommended integration option is SuccessFactors Employee Central. SuccessFactors Employee Central is the industry's only core HR solution that not only provides comprehensive, integrated core HR capabilities, it is specifically designed for business execution. With the use of pre-configured content for SuccessFactors Employee Central, combined with best practices for integration into SAP S/4HANA, you accelerate the implementation and get optimal time to value of your core HR processes in the cloud. Best practices for the integration of SAP Cloud for Customer with SAP S/4HANA will allow you to take advantage of account and contact management and closed-loop quote-to-order management. You can search and maintain existing accounts in SAP Cloud for Customer, create new contacts, create new activity lists, and manage appointments. With the quote to order scenario, you will be able to create a new quotation and check prices using SAP S/4HANA master data, or create sales orders in SAP S/4HANA and replicate them into SAP Cloud for Customer for further processing. These scenarios will be made available for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Enterprise and on-premise editions. Moreover, you can replicate contacts to SAP S/4HANA Cloud Marketing Edition for segmentation and plan for follow-up marketing campaigns for these contacts. When creating leads in SAP Cloud for Customer from a campaign action in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Marketing Edition, lead prospect data is replicated back for segmentation and other business scenarios into SAP S/4HANA Cloud Marketing Edition. Your SAP S/4HANA connects to the SAP Financial Services Network via the Financial Services Network connector and subsequently connects you to your relationship banks. Your accounts payable, accounts receivable, and treasury employees can optionally see their financial transaction interaction with their banks by accessing the Financial Services Network Business Cockpit application. Credit transfers can be generated from SAP S/4HANA Finance and passed to the SAP Financial Services Network. Here the payment instructions are either automatically pre-approved or can be approved manually before being passed on to the financial institution for processing and confirmation. Status notifications are sent back to the SAP Financial Services Network, where they are forwarded to SAP S/4HANA Finance. From there, you can then check the status of the payment from the bank in SAP S/4HANA Finance. The account is updated within the financial institution, and the bank statement is passed back through SAP Financial Services Network, where it is matched against the originated payment, as well as forwarded to the SAP S/4HANA system for reconciliation. Via SAP Best Practices, SAP provides content-enabling deployment and configuration of the SAP S/4HANA payment processes and SAP Financial Services Network Connector. Guided configuration provides assistance not only throughout the implementation project but also beyond, while running the solution in a production environment. You can adapt the best practices pre-configurations delivered by the respective SAP Best Practices package or packages that you are using for your implementation. Examples of this adaptation include modifying the organizational structure, expanding your chart of accounts, or setting company-specific approval thresholds. Guided configuration lets you apply updates and changes to your configuration, so your solution is always up to date without disruption. Guided configuration is a new environment and approach for an assisted configuration and administration through the Manage Your Solution Fiori application. Guided configuration is business process oriented. A user is taking advantage of the following features: initial configuration of the solution and recording of updates for continuous innovation. A process-driven approach for testing your configured business processes. A simple possibility to evaluate activated business processes and country versions. An embedded migration engine for simple data migration. And user training and onboarding. Let's go into the details of the different features. A very crucial aspect of SAP Activate is content lifecycle management for SAP S/4HANA. Processes delivered by SAP are subject to maintenance and content fixes. We've also just looked at the possibility for customers to personalize existing business processes with self-service configuration, and they might want to add additional process steps or processes. With these aspects in mind, Content Lifecycle Management protects the following system configuration against unwanted changes: pre-configuration delivered by SAP, personalization done by customers, new process steps and processes added by customers or partners. Content lifecycle management ensures compliance for new or updated processes delivered by SAP without disruption. SAP Activate methodology consists of one simple, modular, and agile methodology and is the successor of accelerated SAP and SAP launch methodologies. SAP Activate methodology provides full support for initial deployment and continuous business innovation with a harmonized implementation approach for cloud, on-premise, and hybrid deployments. SAP Activate methodology is designed to support a broad coverage of SAP solutions, starting with SAP S/4HANA. The methodology also enables co-innovation with customers and is accessible for partners. Another important aspect of SAP Activate methodology is product-specific versions or stamping. SAP Activate methodology is a generic methodology for various implementation scenarios and deployment types. It's generally not product-specific to facilitate different implementation projects, like for SAP S/4HANA or for SAP Business Suite. In the generic version, it focuses on project management-related tasks along the implementation lifecycle. And with that, it is targeting at project managers to successfully manage the implementation project. On the other hand, SAP will provide SAP Activate methodology for SAP S/4HANA, a tailored version of the generic approach for the different use cases given by implementation scenarios and deployment types. These tailored versions come with SAP S/4HANA specific implementation accelerators for each scenario, such as work breakdown structures, technical implementation, and upgrade guides. The target audience here is project managers, solution architects, technical and functional consultants to cover the end-to-end implementation project from all angles. Our current expectation is to have instances of SAP Activate methodology for SAP S/4HANA for the indicated use cases in the table on this slide.